Explorers. Today is Monday, March 2nd, and today we have a catering order from Bonefish Grill. And as you can see, or I hope you can see, this is what we're picking up. All right, my pickup time is 11:15 or 11:13, but it's now 11:15. I've been sitting here in the car waiting for the time, so let's go inside. Okay, so the young lady's going to check. Normally they would have it on the table. So that could be it back there, I'm not sure. Until she comes back. She's checking the code. So make sure it lines up. And yep, that looks like mine. So let me go load it up. There's the number. Okay, so everything's in the trunk. So another thing I need to do is to write my mileage for tax purposes. So today is March. Is today the 2nd or the 3rd? I'm going to put the 2nd. And because I can't look on my phone right now. Okay. And just so you know, this order is $45 and some change, which I accepted yesterday. It came across my phone. So I jumped on it yesterday when I accepted this offer, and I noticed the time. I'm like, oh man, I have something else. I need a webinar. I need to listen to a webinar at that time on estate planning. And I said, well, I can always go back to another Zoom for that. I'm sure that this particular attorney has lots of classes that she's giving on informational things that we all need to do when it comes to getting your ducks lined up in a row. It's about wills, trust, probate, legal stuff before making a decision, or before to see what best fits you when you leave this earth. How many of you guys have already done your estate planning or your wills, or plan for the end of your life here on earth? That's something that we all need to do, because we're not going to stay on this earth forever. So it'll be best if you have it all planned out, so that your kids or whoever your beneficiary are won't have the difficult task of going through probate and going through all the red tape to get what's rightfully theirs that you left for them, or not having the burden of taking care of things that you should have taken care of, and so forth and so on. So I thought that webinar would be very informational and educating. But like I said, this particular attorney, she does this on a regular. So I'll reschedule. Look out to see when she's doing another webinar to see, if I can join on to that one. I listened to a few minutes of it while I was sitting in the car waiting for the time to go in the restaurant and pick up, but I didn't hear the whole thing. And I'm not sure how long her seminar is, but like I said, I can catch it another time. So I hope you guys are having a great day, or will have a great day, or have had a great day by the time I post this video. I'm doing fine. Thank God for another day. So anywho, we are on our way to the drop off. And I will chit chat with you guys when we get there. Okay, so now, of course, the line is going pretty slow just because I took a chance to kill 5 minutes. And now the people who have their orders on apps are merging in with the people who already paid for their food. And you know how you alternate the cars so that the app people can get in front or vice versa, and then you take turns and switch over, which is backing things up, which is taking quite a bit of time. That's unusual for Chick-fil-A. I think they should have the operation like it's a cookout, where you have two sides of the building and you can order from either side and you pay and pick up from the side, the lane that you ordered from, instead of just one pickup window, you know what I mean? So now it's starting to move a little bit. Okay, I got my Chick-fil-A, y'all. Let me get out of here and go deliver this food to these folks, to these nurses and doctors or medical folks who I'm sure get food delivered every day. You'd be amazed how most of these, how cater deliveries go to medical facilities. I'm going to park up here on the ramp and put everything in my wagon. And park on the downside so that I'm not blocking anybody who needs to use the ramp. Let's see. Suite 170. Oh, the drop-off time is 11:45. Okay, I still have 5 minutes. So let me go ahead and start unloading. I'm putting everything in my wagon. And by the time I do that and find Suite 170, it should be 11:45. All right, here's the cart. And let's go find Suite 170. I'm sure I've been here before. That was right here. No, I've never been to this particular suite. Right up front. Great. I like to check with the front desk to make sure that I bring it this way. Okay, let me go back in the hallway and get the food. She said, yes, bring it this way. Because sometimes they have separate doors for their break room. Instead of going through, hi. Instead of going through all these patients, I'd rather just ask than to be turned around. So let me tell y'all what just happened. So, as you saw, I went to the place. Is that man tooting at me? And so when the young lady directed me to the break room, I met by, I guess, the sales rep or whoever ordered the food. And she said, well, I heard that some of the food was left behind. I said, oh, really? I said, I had a feeling that the meat, I didn't smell the meat as I got it in the car. Because mind you, when I picked it up, two of the employees helped me. Y'all saw that box, right? The box is what I took and put in my trunk. Okay, here comes the young lady, the hostess, with some items. And then the guy, I guess he works in the kitchen, he brought some items. Loosely, you know, they weren't boxed. And they said, that's it. That's all for you. I said, okay. So I'm assuming that everything is in the box and in the pans that I need. So I get here and the lady said, I'm told, the restaurant called me and said that everything's not in here. I said, oh my goodness. I said, she said, but they're coming to bring it. I said, well, that's good, because I've had this happen before, not particularly at that restaurant, but other restaurants. Sometimes they'll miss things, and they might try to blame the driver rather than them. So she said they're coming to bring it, because we can't do anything with what we have, which was the salad, the dressing, the cookies, and the lettuce for the tacos. So I said, well, I'm sorry that happened. They helped me put everything in my trunk, and said that was it. And she said, oh no, that's fine. She said, I just won't cater to them anymore. I just won't order from them anymore. So I said, well, you need to let Zifty know as well. Easy Cater, Zifty, whoever you ordered it from. So I'm going to my car with the empty wagon to put my wagon in. Here's this young lady from Bonefish. She said, did you just deliver to Bonefish? I said, yeah. She said, well, you left some items behind. I said, no, I didn't leave the items behind. You guys didn't give me everything, because I was given the box, and 2 of the employees helped. They came and brought the rest of the stuff and said, that's it. They told me that was all. So you guys were the one that left it behind, not me. And I said, well, these people are kind of upset about it. And she said, did you come out of that door? I said, yeah. So she said, okay, I got the rest of it. And she went marching her little self to get the rest of those people full, which I'm glad that they brought it right now, so these folks didn't have to wait forever to get their chicken and tacos. So yeah, she wants to see how they go. They don't want to put it on me, but it wasn't me. It wasn't all my fault, rather. You guys assured me that was it. That was a complete order. So I don't know. Normally when things like this happen, Zifty or Easy Cater, they'll just, go ahead and pay me anyway. But so I should get my $45. If I don't, I will call customer care and complain. So anyway, I just want you guys to know that sometimes things like that will happen. Not very often, but it could. And I'm going to write down my miles from the restaurant to the drop-off, which was only 6 miles. And that completes my day for delivering. So I pray that you guys have a blessed day. And I am going to finish mine up at home. No, I have to go to Walmart. So I'm going to go to Walmart and do my thing, get what I need, and go home, because we have things to do tomorrow. I may or may not have an order tomorrow, but I need to post today. This week I'm going to post my other delivery that I did last week. So all right, anywho, you guys have a blessed day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.